Hi guys, this is Edith. Welcome back to my channel. And this is Liz. This is my 10-year-old daughter. So this video will be about everything alopecia. My 10-year-old has alopecia and we have gone through a whole lot of learning in the past year that we can't wait to share with you all, right?
Yep.
So this video will talk about when alopecia started. We'll talk about the supplements and diet. We're currently, or I would say we, because I've tried it with her, but she's currently on the Paleo API diet. And in addition, we started a homeopathic remedy. So we want to talk to you guys about how that is going so far. This is a lot of information that we want to cover in this video. So please stick with us.
Alopecia is when you see random spots growing in your hair. And mommy?
And it can be caused by a lot of different things in your body. For her experience, it's caused by just going through puberty. She's not there yet, but that process has started. Other people have autoimmune diseases that's linked to it. Even in her situation, it's still considered autoimmune response. So we want to show you guys how her hair looks in the back, the bald spot. So if you can.
And also, it is said that there's no cure for alopecia. So it's good not to be scared of that because it's scary to hear that there's no cure, but you can just cure it. You can hear how I cure it in the video. So
that's a good point that she made. And if I may just express all of the dramatic emotions that I went through when I learned that my daughter had alopecia. I've never heard about it prior to this. And like she said, it's uncurable. They really don't know how it even starts. And when I started doing my research and talking to family members, friends, I learned that a lot of people have this experience and they either get over it just randomly or it's something that they struggle with for their life, for their entire life. You want to add anything else, babe?
Yes. Also, I would recommend doing natural ways, even if it's not our ways, natural ways, because using chemicals, it may help it for a little while, but it could make it worse because you're adding a lot of chemicals into your body.
I want to show you guys her alopecia spot, if you can turn around, babe. And I'll add a picture in of how it looked about 2 weeks ago, but we've seen progress so far. So her alopecia now is in the back, and this is how her spots look. She has this bald spot here, and then another tiny one up here. And hair is actually growing back, and it's so phenomenal. So we wanted to make this video really quick so that we can give you guys regular updates, you can turn around, of her progress as she go through this homeopathic system. So just a quick history of her. So when she's 10 now, a month or so before turning 10, we noticed like a bald spot here and we didn't know where it came from. So I did research. We went to see her doctor. The doctors didn't know this, recommended that we use some type of steroid cream. I turned it down. Of course, steroids interrupts your hormonal system, and it causes a lot of other issues that we didn't want to dive into. So we talked to our natural chiropractors, and they told us that they kind of informed us it was minor alopecia. Many kids get it when they're transitioning from kids to adulthood, I guess. Yeah. And then it's potentially an autoimmune disease. So long story short, the chiropractor recommended that we start eating gluten-free, dairy-free. And let me just tell you guys, we've already been doing that. We're a family that naturally eat gluten-free and dairy-free. We have a lot of sensitivity to it. They also recommend that we start taking fish oil and that we start taking turmeric. So we implemented those 2 supplements, and within maybe 2 weeks, right? This was like gone. Your hair grew back in the front.
It started growing in 2 weeks. I can't say it was finished, like maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah. So within under a month, it was slowly growing back. So then a couple of months later, then that's when seeing her bald spot in the back. And so, and let me say that when we started seeing that, we kind of went off the dairy-free and gluten-free diet, because around those months we have a lot of birthdays. So we're eating a lot of birthday cakes. We went to Dairy Queen a lot.
Yeah, because it was summertime and we were having fun. And school was we had school at home ever since coronavirus started.
Yeah,
so
school was at home. Yeah. And then maybe school being at home too, it was more stressful. So autoimmune diseases are triggered with, everything else that's going on in your body. Stress triggers it. So she had to be homeschooled with 2 younger siblings that were under the age 2, right? So it was a lot of things going on, mom and dad working from home. So maybe that caused it to flare up more. We're not sure exactly what happened. But anyways, so we got back strict on the diet and nothing seemed to help. It was really crazy. So I cried, prayed to God, did all of that. You guys can imagine as mothers, like, why my baby? But at the end of the day, nothing worked. These are all of the supplements that she started to take. And we're probably missing a few here, like your multivitamins is in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and other things. But you want to just go through each of these supplements?
Yeah, so this one's fish oil. It doesn't taste that good, but it does help. This one is B complex. It's a pill. If it's hard for you to take pills, it's hard, but it's not good to open it because it tastes really bad.
Well, she doesn't really like pills. So we're going through all of this, and then we're going to talk about how we had to take some out because it was a lot.
This is Monolaurin.
Monolaurin.
You can barely taste it if you swallow it, but B complex, you can't taste it even if you swallow the pill. This one tastes like nothing to me. Some people it tastes like oil. So
that's vitamins.
It tastes for you.
Vitamin.
Yeah, vitamin D.
Yeah.
And this one is turmeric. Turmeric does taste pretty bad, but it depends which one you buy. We bought this one before. I did not like taking this, but we bought a new one, which was...
It had like a mango flavor that ran out. It came in a huge bottle, so because we all took it.
Yeah, and this is children's chewable. I don't like this.
Probiotics, children's chewable probiotics.
Oh, children's chewable probiotics.
Yeah.
I don't like this one. My siblings like it, but I honestly think it does not taste good at all.
And then I have probiotics too that is the pill form. She took that sometimes if she didn't want to take the chewable one.
And this is Magnesium Malate. These ones are really big, so if you do not like swallowing pills, these are definitely not the pills that you should try to swallow or open them. They taste really bad. I think they have like other kinds of magnesium things that are other for pills.
They have magnesium glycinate, I believe, but that's a little smaller. We go between this and the glycinate, but yeah, they do the same thing.
Nettle it's
a pill.
It's green. So usually when you see a green pill, it does not motivate you to take it. It does not taste that bad if you swallow it because you can barely taste it, but when you see a green pill, you automatically think it's going to taste horrible. So it will taste horrible. Also, what's it called? A suggestion I have is fish oil, not to put it in the fridge. If you put it in the fridge, you taste the fish oil way more.
Yeah, so like it has a fishy taste, so then you can taste the fish in it. So
when it's warm, it's a little bit better. And also turmeric, some of them
in the fridge.
Yeah, you should put them in the fridge. It's good, so it doesn't get bad stuff. And also the vitamin D. I think to be careful because you don't want it to be wasting around.
Yeah, this spills easily. Like, this is not even the original like dropper it came with because that one broke. So I replaced it with another dropper from something else. So yeah.
Wait. I have one more thing. And also, turmeric, be careful with turmeric because it can stain. Kind of like red oil or blueberry sometimes. It stains your lips. It can stain really bad. It's hard to come off.
Just to add to all of it, so these were all of the supplements that she were taking. And we now she only take vitamin D and magnesium.
Wait, and I took B complex.
Yeah, because when we met with the homeopathic doctors, which we'll get into a lot later, I asked them, should we just keep taking all these supplements? She doesn't really like it. And they told us, no, if it's not working, if you feel like it's working, keep taking it. If it's not working, then don't take it. So we came to the agreement that we will, with her in agreement, we kept taking the vitamin D3 because we need that right now. You know, it's COVID time and it's flu season, and we want to just make sure we're healthy. And then magnesium helps you sleep at night with growing pains, and all of these aids in hair growth, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that. So by taking all of these supplements, it really helps with your hair to regrow, and it also helps to detox your body naturally from anything that may be causing the alopecia to show up. Because alopecia, again, is autoimmune. That means your hair follicles, your body is attacking the hair follicles. So then it just goes away out of nowhere. Like sometimes overnight, it just goes away. So anyways, so we were taking all of these, and then we started doing the Paleo API diet. And Paleo API diet is just it's a subset of the Paleo diet where that you're not eating greens like grain. I'm sorry. Yeah. So like
wheat and things like
and
that.
Stuff like
and
that.
Not gluten-free bread. Sometimes you can't eat gluten-free bread when you're on an API
diet.
Yeah, because sometimes it can have almond flour or something like that in it.
So with the API part, it takes it to another level. Like she said, you are not eating beans. We eat a lot of beans in our family. You're not eating peanuts.
Yeah, and you don't eat eggs for one.
Yeah, you're not eating eggs. Like you take out a lot of things out of your diet that could cause inflammation in your body. So eggs is linked to that. Beans, almonds, all of those things are linked to it. So you take them out for a number of times, and then you add them back in slowly to see how it affects your body. So right now we're back to eating eggs. So that's fine.
I've done almond butter just once though.
Yeah, and she had it in one of the goods that she baked. But yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, we're a family that don't naturally eat gluten or dairy, but we eat a lot of almond flour and those
eggs.
Things. And
eggs.
We eat a lot of eggs. So that was a huge change for her. And I did it with her for like a week or 2 weeks. But I went back because it was really hard to make food for the both of us. So, but we can do another video about some of the foods that we made. But yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, and also, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean that you can't still do things that you like. Like if you're a baker, which is me, I love baking. There's actually quite a lot of recipes you can just find online that you can make without that. And you can make it with coconut flour. I do like coconut flour, except coconut flour does give a taste, but those are really good too. You also use a lot of cassava flour. Yeah, cassava flour. Because they have cassava flour, they have cauliflower flour. Like she said, she's so good at making goods. Like she bakes for us all the time. She makes natural brownies with natural sweeteners. And out of, what did you use one time? You used cassava flour one time. Oh yeah. So yeah, cassava flour is a good substitute for a lot of flours. But the only problem is cassava flour, because you can't eat the regular flour, it gives like an aftertaste, just like coconut flour. It gives you a cassava taste, which sometimes isn't good in desserts. And if you don't know what cassava is, it's also known as yucca roots,
But like I said, we'll create another video of all the amazing recipes and food that this lovely young lady makes. She's so good at it. But so yeah, so then so that was where we're at. We were on an API diet, and then we were taking all of these supplements. Then next, we're going to talk to you guys all about how we met with the homeopathic providers. So the first thing that we did was that she had to choose the person she wanted to work with. And then you can talk about that more a bit.
Yeah. I chose a woman because we have a lot of things in common. Let's just say that. So I met with her.
Well, you had to go on their page and look at all of the details so you can choose.
Yes. It was like a description technically about each one of them, and there are 4 of them. And I chose her because we had a lot in common. I had a virtual meet. Yeah, it was really nice.
Sent us the medication in the mail. We received it. We're on week 2 now, and it's going pretty well. As we show you guys earlier in this video, the bald spots have hair that are growing in there. That's changed within the last week or so because I wash her hair every week and moisturize that spot. I just want to encourage all of the mamas out there that have a preteen that may be going through this or just normal development issues overall. It might not be alopecia, anything like that. I just want to encourage you because there's so many great things out there about how to take care of our body naturally. Just as a woman, I'm 33. I wish I knew some of these things. Like, I would have made better decisions in my life and what I do as I'm just developing. So I want to encourage you to check some of those things out. And if you want me to add links or create additional videos of what I've learned throughout this journey, I would love to do that for you. And do you want to share anything to the girls that may be going through this?
So mostly about pills taking because that's for me, one of the hardest things. When I started, I used to say that because how a pill looked, like if it was big and green, I would be like, oh, it's going to taste horrible. And if it was small, I'm like, okay, this would be okay. Mm-hmm. So the best thing to do is not say those things because with the green pill now, if you see a pill and you think it's going to taste gross, it's going to taste gross. No matter what. If you even do juice with it, it's going to taste gross. So I recommend not tell yourself that. Just say it's a pill, swallow it, then be done with it. If you think too much about it, it becomes so hard to swallow because you're like, oh, it's going to taste disgusting and I really don't want to eat this. But if you just say, I can eat this and I got it, it helps. Mm-hmm. Also with the small pills, it looks easier, but the same thing. Like if the small pill is green or if it looks gross, try not to say those things because it can really. It's like your mind's telling your body that you can't do it, so your body's saying it's not gonna let you swallow. So
she have a lot of experience with that, but luckily we're not taking a lot of pills anymore, so we'll cut that out. Yeah. We're working with the homeopathic providers, and so now the pills that you take from them, how are those?
Oh, those are nice because you don't just really swallow them at first. You don't just swallow them, so that's really good. Second, they taste good to me. I'm not saying. I mean, other people might think they don't taste good. I think it tastes like candy. They're sweet and yummy.
Yeah, it dissolves in your mouth. You suck it under your tongue until it dissolves. So it's not like a huge pill that you're taking. It's so tiny. To me, it looked like half like a grain of rice, half of if a grain of rice was cut into maybe thirds. That's how tiny they are.
Yeah. Also, what I was about to say. Oh, okay. Well, also, if you have siblings, because I have siblings, it's super hard to take pills, especially one time I remember I was taking a pill and then one of my siblings a while ago, and one of my siblings started shaking me when I was just swallowing the pill. It hurt really bad. And also, when I took that chewing medicine, I recommend not to chew it because, to chew things like that because it made my stomach hurt. It felt empty. It still felt empty because I accidentally chewed it. So I recommend not chewing those kind of things because it does not, you feel like you haven't ate anything. in like months, but you just ate. So that's also not good.
Good recommendations. And what I also like to say to you guys that are going through that, preteens, girls that are going through this, I just want to encourage you to tell you that you're beautiful. Doesn't matter what's going on. If you have alopecia, you have acne, whatever it is, because those things were past. And I tell my daughter that all the time. And that's why we're so happy to just share our experience with you all. And we want to thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment below.
And don't forget to share.
Don't forget to share this with people that may benefit from it or, whatever. So thank you so much for watching this, and check you out in my next video. Bye.
Bye.